Hello students, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce, Ulhasnagar. This is SST Edupedia. Today we all are here for FI BCom Semester 2 Business Economics 2, and our today's topic is monopolistic competition. Myself Ravindra Pradeep Phadke, an assistant professor from Department of Business Economics. The topic is being very simple for you because all you have definitely studied in your 12th standard. So let's have a very quick recap for the monopolistic competition with features today. The concept of monopolistic competition, always you will find some features are from monopoly and some features are of perfect competition. Whenever you find the combination of perfect competition and monopoly, you may find monopolistic competition. The concept of monopolistic has been developed by Edward Chamberlain, an American economist from Harvard University in 1929, and he has written the various features which correlates to the monopolistic competition in his book called The Theory of Monopolistic Competition, which was later published in the year of 1933. The same theory was later developed independently by British economist Joan Robinson in her book The Economics of Imperfect Competition, published in the same year 1933. So you will find the two economists, that is Edward Chamberlain and Joan Robinson, contributed for the work of monopolistic competition market. These are the various features of monopolistic competition market, which includes product differentiation, number of sellers and buyers, free entry, free exit, profit maximization, absence of collusion, imperfect knowledge, and selling cost. So now let us see all these features one by one in detail. So the very first feature is all about product differentiation. As you can see in the image, there is a cold drink with different colors, correct? But the nature of the product is same, that is they are cold drinks, only you will get the various different flavors. In monopolistic competition market, always all sellers are trying to differentiate their products to maintain their identity in the same market, and whenever they are maintaining their identity to make their product more sellable, because they are heterogeneous, they are close substitute. Students, n number of times you are getting confused between perfect substitutes and close substitutes. In this image you are finding all are close substitutes, and that is why the cross price elasticity will generally be positive. Firms compete by selling differentiated products that are highly sustainable for one another but not perfect substitute. They are close substitutes, but they are not perfect substitutes. As you can find the glass of cold drinks with a red color, orange, brown, and the green, they are close but not the perfect, because their flavor, taste are different, and when they are differentiating with their nature, that time even the selling cost also differs a lot. Now when it comes the sellers and buyers in this particular market, you will find many sellers and many buyers. These many sellers and many buyers are basically perfectly competitive, means all they are selling clothes substitutes, they are selling heterogeneous product, all they are selling very similar product with each other, and that similarity which will take ahead at one level, which will makes to create or generate many sellers and many buyers. In this particular market, the entry and exit is absolutely free. Whenever a seller find it market is profitable or particular business is profitable, he can easily enter, and whenever he finds the market is being into a slashing mode, he can easily wind up, he can wipe out from the market and close down his business. He does not require any government rules and regulations, license and permission, and even if government rules and regulations does require, they are more liberal, rather it is from the seller's point of view. So usually the license get issued to all sellers very easily. Profit maximization is one of the basic fundamental goal of every producer or seller or manufacturer in the market. There are exceptional who are maybe come with the mind of sales maximization or growth maximization or customer satisfaction. Behind all these various motives, profit is one of the major motive, but we cannot apply profit can be hard and fast motive behind all producers. There are maybe some producers who are genuinely create sales, expanding growth, or they are trying to satisfy the customers. In this particular market, their motive is being very clear that they want to generate profit, they want to earn money, and they want to satisfy customer by selling their goods and services. Now, collusion. What is the meaning of collusion? Here, often we get confused with the concept of collusion. In a very simple language, collusion is nothing but when two sellers or many sellers are creating a group, or they are forming their unity to minimize competition and to maximize their profit. Why is it so? Because that time they are actually achieving their common goal. Usually in the market of oligopoly, we find collusive agreements, but in monopolistic competition, collusion is almost nil. We don't find collusion, and even if they are into any collateral agreements, you will definitely find covert players. Covert players are those who usually cheated their partners even after being into an agreement. In this particular market, the knowledge is not being so perfect. Remember, in perfect competition, what we have seen, the sellers all are having perfect knowledge. In this particular market, they don't have perfect knowledge. They all are having 1920s little less or more knowledge. Means here you may find the function or the feature is more real. As we have seen in the perfect competition, all the sellers are having perfect knowledge. How it can be possible? Whereas imperfect knowledge can be acceptable, because producers or buyers or any manufacturer, no one has complete symmetrical knowledge. Imperfect knowledge is nothing but called as asymmetrical, when the information is lacking, when they are not knowing the market complete, and there is absence of information also. Selling cost definitely matters a lot. At what price they are selling their products in the market? Number one, there is an absence of collusion, means they are not making any kind of agreement, and when they are selling clothes substitutes in the market, selling cost will definitely matters a lot. And if buyers find huge disparity among two products prices, it may affect the sale of each other's production, and that is why selling cost always makes a matter in monopolistic competition market. For selling cost they use an advertisement, because as we already discussed, sellers are having imperfect knowledge. So when the sellers does not have a perfect knowledge, they use advertising to create attention of customers to get the maximum collateral background from buyers to overcome the ignorance, which is definitely not accepted. I hope you all are able to understand what the features of our monopolistic competition for today's lecture. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and press bell icon button. Thank you very much.